There we go. There we go. I think that should be a good volume. So good afternoon, family. This is Little Fang again, Little Fang Tarot. I am doing my April free reading streams. I am using my headphone mic this time because my microphone from my camera is not that great. And it just sounded bad. I'm hoping that this one is not too loud nor too... turn it down a bit. Not too loud nor too soft nor anything. Yeah. So tomorrow, I think there's construction starting tomorrow or the next day. So I may or may not stream. Please keep an eye on my Twitter. I will let y'all know. I don't want to just leave y'all in the dark and you're expecting me to stream and I'm not here. Oh no. So, I apologize. My allergies are going to be really bad today, so I might end the stream a little bit sooner because I don't want to be coughing and choking into my microphone. That is not nice. Anyways, let us start with our prayer today. Take a deep breath. Sorry, our Roomba got stuck somewhere. Anyways, take a deep breath. Focus on the image before you. Or close your eyes if you feel inclined. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable. O Sekhmet, Eye of Ra, powerful flame, protectress of those whom she created. O Sekhmet, who lights up the land with her flame, who gives life to everyone. Come, Sekhmet, free us. Save us from the misfortunes of this time. May they never have power over us forever. Powerful one of fire, who makes the virus tremble with fear of her. Come to us, stop all calamity. May our beginning be life, our middle be health, and our end be strength. May there be cooperation between us. May there be protection against all our enemies, living or dead. Appease in our favor the great nine. Appease in our favor the lesser nine. Appease in our favor all the blessed dead, as Ra is agreeable to his following in this time of our need. O pure Mother, grant that all the peoples of our world, the generations we know and generations still to come, be pure of all evil contamination, of all bad winds and all bad journeys for this time. Do a segment. Nectet. Sip of my tea. I made tea today because I got a new... Switch this over. Okay, it's not closed. I just got a new tea thing in the mail. It strains the tea leaves so I can have my tea leaves and not get tea in my cup. And I love it. It gives me more freedom than what I was using before. Let me see. My queue is already open. So I'm not sure what we can sit and discuss today because I am like mentally drained and I don't know what to do here. We've already gone through these decks here over here. We went through this deck yesterday. And actually I was reading the book for this deck and sometimes the books are weird. It's like they overflower the language and you don't know. It's like, okay, so you're reading this huge flowery text and you're like, okay, so what's the card meaning? Yeah. But anyways, I was told that instead of like, well, let me find, where are my composite cards? So the composite cards are like the minors of the deck. So we have the minors here. Hello, Champagne. Nice to meet you. I hope your day is doing well. These are minors, and these are like the majors of the tarot. So it's interesting stuff. but you can use these as spreads. They have spreads for these in the book. It's just one of those decks that you kind of like to journey with and figure out. Read and write on it because, like I said, the book is a little bit convoluted. It's a good book. It's interesting. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're doing awesome. Hang in there. Do better. No, I'm just kidding. No, I want the blessings and happiness for everybody right now. So I hope that your day stays well, your week stays well, and your month stays well. Because that's what we can be doing right now, is staying well, best we can. If you have a reading request, I'm happy to take those. Otherwise, I'm just sit here and chat or look through old decks, discuss decks, do what I'm doing. There's not much going on today. Take a sip of tea, just 1 second. I have to get the microphone from my mouth to take a tea because I'm trying my microphone. I'm trying not to sneeze because allergies suck. Please don't sneeze. Alright. I'd love to do a reading for you. You can just post your... Since there's not enough people in the chat right now, you can just post your question in the chat. I'll be happy to take it that way. Just make sure you read my little rules at the bottom. I don't do health questions. And no third-party spying. I should probably write down there somewhere that I have the right to refuse a question for whatever reason, but I don't have enough room for that. But I haven't had any questions except for perhaps breaking my rules there. I haven't had any other questions I felt uncomfortable with. Know what's going on surrounding energies. Is there someone I need to keep an eye on? So the energies surrounding you as regards to people. Hello Rimshaw, I'll be happy to do your reading right after I do champagnes here. So let's see what, let's look around to see if there's any bad energies surrounding you. Let's look at the energies surrounding you. Using the Animal Totem Tarot today, because I've been called to use it recently. Alright. We got the Fool, the Page of Wands, and the Page of Swords. So right off here, I don't see any negative energies. I would kind of keep an eye on somebody that might be a little bit naive. So you have someone that's kind of like a naive energy, innocent energy in your life. We also have a Page of Wands and a Page of Swords. Now the Page of Wands is a inspiring type, someone that has a lot of creative energy. So I don't see anything wrong with this energy here, but the Page of Swords, now there's nothing wrong with the Page of Swords as a whole either. They are kind of the messengers, they are logical thinkers, but sometimes the Swords cards can be a little bit sharp. But what I'm seeing intuitively through here, we have the Grasshopper jumping this way, we got the Roadrunner facing this way. They all seem to be ganging up on this poor Page of Wands. Does this Page of Wands reflect you, perhaps? Someone who's inspired, someone who's creative, the creative sort? And I imagine the Roadrunner could wind up trying to eat these characters here. So look out for somebody that might be, I don't want to, not completely bad intentions, perhaps not on purpose. They might not intend to hurt you, It's just part of their nature causes them to create disorder or hurt unintentionally, because the roadrunner is meant to eat bugs and stuff. So look out for somebody that might be younger, perhaps a student or someone who's in a writing type of line of work or thinks logically. So just kind of keep an eye out for that kind of person. There's not like overall bad energy, but there's your Leo. Yeah, that kind of fits with the Page of Wands, the fire energy. So yeah, I can see this as you. So just watch out for somebody that might be not meaning to hurt you, but stay guarded just a little bit. Because my throat's a little bit dry. There we go. Let me go ahead and pull a oracle card, because I like to do that. Extra advice or an extra message. This is the Oracle of the Nile. Balance. Find that balance in your life. Balance yourself. Make sure you're creating enough time for yourself, but also putting what you need into other things, like other areas of your life, like work or people, or just make sure you have an overall balance in your life. But keep an eye out for Roadrunner. Don't jump into danger. I hope that all makes sense. I don't know why the colors look so dull on my screen. These cards are really vibrant. I might have to tweak the settings later. You're very welcome, Champagne. I'm glad to have been able to answer your question. Let me go ahead and Rimsha. When will my finances get better? Let me see the energy regarding your finances. I love these streams because I'm able to work with decks that I don't get to play with enough. This deck is one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, okay. The Sun, the Moon, and the Five of Cups. Between the Sun and the Five of Cups, I'm getting kind of summery vibes. But the Five of Cups is a little bit darker. And this image might be a little bit of a setting for some, so I'm gonna do that. But the Five of Cups shows that you're leaving a bad situation. The Moon here can it's kind of like deceit, there's illusions. So think about, think about the wealth and the money that you need to have, your finances, and try to find things that aren't suiting you right now. Perhaps you need to cancel some hidden costs that you have in your life. I know that I have like a lot of subscriptions I've had to cancel lately because money is kind of tight at the moment with the current situation. So I want to say uncover those unnecessary costs in your life. And it might be hard, and leave what's not suiting you at this time. Because even though you might like these things that you have, or these unnecessary spending, you might like it and we take pleasure in it, but this is the cups. The cups are the emotional things that you like, but I could see leaving it for a time. But the Sun brings me thoughts. The Sun is bright and cheery and strong, warm, but it gives me thoughts of summer. Summertime is when things will start to really look up, and I know we're inching towards we're getting further down towards spring, so summer is around the corner in a sense. So Yeah, I would take a look at these, and from then on your future will look bright as long as you consider these here. Yeah, it's going to be complicated. Finances can be complicated, but sometimes you just need to, I mean, there's no fix-all button, there's no miracle cure sometimes, so you need to see and get rid of the things that that aren't serving you financially for things to start moving up. And look up some manifestation exercises, because those can help. And I had a little bit disturbing card because I don't want people to freak out. Sorry, Sekhmet, I took your stone, but thank you for your help. I'm just going to pull you a quick oracle card too with an extra message. Hello, Positive for Life. It's cool to see you again. Oops, I might mute my mic. I have to sneeze. 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can ask a question if you go ahead and post it in the chat once you're ready. I pull a quick oracle card for Rimsha. Let's see, our allergies are really bad today. I might close this up early today. That's what I get for going outside. Strength. Your urge to have strength right now. Find, like I said, when you look into the finances, sometimes you have to make a strong decision on what you don't need. And just be strong. Cut back a little bit on things that you can afford to cut back on. Not essentials. But then from there, things will start to look up. Hope that helps a little bit. Sometimes we have to put the work in, and these cards can be blunt. Could you see where I would be getting this financial help to cover all my tuition in a youth program, like sources of a person? I'm glad, Rimsha. I'm glad it's resonating. I know it's hard, but you're strong, and you can do this. And things will get better. Getting financial help to cover tuition. Sources or a person or something. Let's find a source of financial help. Wands, the Hermit, and Strength. I looked at the Hermit. I was thinking that this might be someone who's not in, somebody that's kind of doing their own thing, not in school, not really working per se. They could be working or doing their own thing. Eight of Wands is quick movement, so not strength. Someone supportive. And so I'm getting the sense that this is going to be a person from these cards. Strength. Sorry, these cards are giving me a little bit to think about here. This is somebody that, and I think it's interesting that the strength is this image mixed with a hermit, because it reminds me of somebody who's kind of doing their own thing, living alone. Perhaps travels. Not that anybody could travel right now, but they travel. But with the Eight of Wands, there's speedy movement towards this tuition. I apologize. For some reason I'm getting that much, but I'm not getting a good connection at the moment. But perhaps these cards resonate with you in a sense? Yeah. If this is somebody you know, maybe you're if you're getting something from these that I'm not seeing, but you recognize somebody you know, I do sense that there's a person, the hermit, like this, and this is gonna be a fast. That things are gonna start moving fast as long as you work with this person. But for some reason overall, I'm not connecting past that, so this might be on your end here to work with. I'm sorry. Sometimes we get a rock thrown in our intuitive blender and you're like, what's going on here? Let me go ahead and pull an oracle card though. Let me see if there's something that we're not seeing here. Twin flame. So yeah, I get that this is definitely someone connected to you. And I'm reading this more of an intuitive than literal twin flame. This could be, well, it could be somebody that you're with or connect to in this sense, but you would know that. But I do, yeah, person. Yeah, hopefully I can connect to this better next time. Sometimes it happens. I'll leave these out for a moment so you can reflect on them if you need to. Drink a little bit of my tea. I'm muting the mic when I do that. I'm hoping it's actually muting. Okay, interesting. So this does have some kind of connection there. So I wonder maybe that person is dating will be able to help you, or at least lead you to a way that you can get the finances, the tuition. Leading, strength. Yeah, that starts to fit together a little bit more. Sometimes it's a puzzle. And we're charged to unwind this map here. So that might be actually related. Alright, we can go ahead and put these back in their little hole. Behave cards. You will be giving me all the information. Put my little selenite. I think it's technically a satin spar because a lot of selenite is actually mislabeled. It still does the same thing. Stay. You're very welcome, Positive for Life. I hope that you have a very blessed day, week, month. Perhaps I'll see you again around here. I might not be here tomorrow if construction starts up again, so just a quick warning. Rimsha, I'm doing one question per person per day. I do accept tips if you do want an additional question per day, but otherwise, because these are free, I'm only doing one question per person per day. Thank you so much, Positive. Anyone watching this playback or who's lurking in the room, remember to like and subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I'm doing these. And as always, I can't. Tips are appreciated. You can go to littlefang.tv. I can only afford right now to do one free question per day per person. Because reading is my second job. Anyways, I was chatting about, if no one's asking questions, alright. I was chatting about this deck again. And apparently that those were the minors, the weird cards. They all connect in a certain way, but the way they had written about them was really weird. And I was kind of trying to wrap my brain around them. So these are the minors, the ones with the Roman numerals, or the minor cards. Let me find my book. Well, now I'm using the microphone, I don't even have to look directly over at the camera to talk. So let me find this one as an example, a higher love and wisdom. And this book is really cool because it also has sample readings in it. So if you want to see how they do the different spreads for different people with a sample reading, it's really cool. I like sitting there and reading them, but they are kind of woo-woo in a way. I like them, but they are a little bit woo-woo. New agey stuff. So anyways, there's one viewer in here. Hello, viewer. I'm just, between questions, I'm going through this deck and kind of really getting into the nitty-gritty. But I can push it aside for any questions. So, higher love and wisdom. The magic of Hathor's unconditional love prepares us to meet our shadow selves. Set as the trickster shows us our shadow and clears the pathway for each of us to receive Wadjet's great awakening and the infusion of life force energy. So you can meet your shadow self. You can prepare yourself to meet your shadow self as long as you have the love and joy. It prepares you to connect that way, and then you're able to receive your awakening. Golden Moon, hello. I'm just playing with these cards at the moment. Let me push them aside here. Alright, so a general reading, general love reading. You are ready to meet the one. Let's see what general love energies are in your path. Really, cards? Come here. General love reading. Oh, cool. Strength. Strength is showing up a lot lately. So we got the Ten of Cups, the Two of Wands, and Strength. So, obviously, the Ten of Cups is a good romantic, loving come together. That is the ultimate. That is the top of the energy of the romance here. The energy, the emotional cup energy. And then we've got, I was drawn to this, and usually I'm drawn to the center card. Is like the, either you, the person, or it draws my eye most of the time as being a major part of the situation. So I see this stingray here. He's looking at these two wands. He's thinking about going past his comfort zone. Right now he's comfortable in here. He's kind of deciding if he should pursue other options, something that's different. And Strength, and I keep seeing this is traveling too. The way this bull is carrying all the stuff in his trailer. So yeah, I'm getting travel past your comfort zone. If you're staying to your tried and true methods of finding somebody, perhaps it's just not going to work unless you shake something up just a little bit. And it can be hard. It can be hard to leave that zone. But once you do, you find this energy here. There's somebody's out there for you. There's good romantic energy close at hand here. There is a Leo. And it's funny because this happened earlier too. Leo energy, fire, wands energy. Are you looking, checking out that Leo? So yeah, I would go out of your comfort zone just a little bit. At a distance. So yeah, sorry, it's getting a little bit hot in here. I want to turn down the air. So you got to make a decision here. The way he's looking at those poles. Are you gonna pursue? Are you gonna pursue the Leo and have strength? Have the strength to leave this little shelter here and find something new. Shake it up a bit. But there's good energy here. There's really good blessings here. Why is it so hot inside the house? There we go. Sorry about that. Let me pull you a quick oracle card so we can additional insight, additional wisdom, additional message. Sometimes they're related to the reading and sometimes they're not. It just depends on what our guides are up to. Why am I getting messages? Stop it. Let's see. Strength again. Okay, so this card is coming up a lot too. But I think in general our guides are like, everyone needs to be strong right now because things are not easy. And of course the dating scene is going to be really tough right now anyways because of distancing, virus stuff. But be strong. Be strong and things will come to you. But you have to go and pursue them. Pursue the Leo or pursue adventure. I hope that makes sense. But this is good, and I feel like this is surrounding you. This good romantic energy is surrounding you, so think about that. And think about what you want. If you're strong, and you are strong, you will make the right decision. Oh, there's a window in the way I can see. You see that? Double strength. Alright, go for it. Strength. Leo, go. Do it. Blessings to do it. And sometimes we have to go out and be strong and be the one to make the first move, if you haven't, because sometimes other people are at the standpoint. And they're waiting for something to happen. You're very welcome, Golden Moon. I am attempting to be here every weekday, give or take some construction work outside or other issues. So follow my Twitter, like, subscribe to the page, ring the bell, and you'll know when I'm doing these readings again. If you need any other questions answered, I'll be happy to do so. Not today, but the next day. Alright, so I'll be waiting for more questions. I've been going through this deck a little bit and just studying it alongside anybody who's been watching because it's fun. So what we're doing is we're opening the way to Wadjet's energy by confronting our shadow selves, confronting things that don't do us any good. I think when I sit here and explain the cards to the camera, it actually helps me to fathom what they're trying to say in the book. That's a good thing. When you draw this card, engage with these Najero directly and see how they are part of your life now. Allow yourself to experience the love of Hathor and the allies you can take with you as you face the shadow in yourself and your situation. With the ensuing magical resolution, you can stand with humility before Wadget's towering power. Interesting stuff. Let's go to 3. Cosmic Influences. We have, on Cosmic Influences, Ma'at, Thoth, and Khepera. Ma'at balances the heart with the light of truth, while Thoth communicates with the higher language of wisdom. Meanwhile, Khepera protects Earth as he spins the world through the cycles of change as the initiate petitioner, which takes the next step in his or her path of destiny. So what I'm seeing is that these are the things you need to do, and then this is the final goal. These are doing things, final goal. Interesting. Something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. If you've pulled this card, these great allies are already protecting and guiding you. And see, this is a good deck for spiritual questions, but once you start trying to get into everyday love questions, finances questions, it doesn't really do much. It might, but not completely. Let's see. Notice how the quality of truth, balance, order, wisdom, illumination, enlightenment, communication weave through the stories and cycles occurring in your life in relationship to your question. Sit with the wise ones and remember. See, it's like... So what does the card mean? So let's figure this out. There's a dove kind of up at the top there, which represents us. We are the dove, the initiate. Balance and communication in the cycles of life. Cosmic influences. Balance and wisdom. And communication. And how these are playing a part in your life. How they are influencing your life. It's like so... a love life reading. How is this playing a love life reading? Are y'all communicating? And balancing love and truth? Maybe. I guess that could work. See how these things are kind of tricky? Here is Tree of Life. Just number 4. We've got Boss, Anubis, and Osiris, who is in the water down there. Sorry, you can't see it. There we go. Boss awakens Anubis' holy longing with fruits from the sacred tree of life. He's hanging upside down and she's giving him a fruit. Is that what's going on? Anubis hangs in anticipation, preparing to meet his father in the depths of the waters of the dreaming world. Hanging upside down, he's kind of connecting on a spiritual level. He's upside down, his father's down there. Osiris awaits Anubis' surrender into his watery embrace, so that renewal and rebirth can result. In this deck, Anubis is a shaman. He is the one that's guiding you through this. What are you dying to discover and to renew? When you pull this card, it's time to stop and consider the concept of surrender. So what makes this one different than the Death card with just Osiris on it? Or the Hangman card with just Anubis on it? Through your ability to find stillness in a meditative state, you will be able to recognize how in your everyday journey you are engaged in this shamanic rite of passage of surrender, death, renewal, and regeneration. Look for the beauty that is the inevitable result. Is that sounds a lot like. It sounds a lot like the death card. So what do they say about the death card that makes this one different than that one? Osiris regeneration. Osiris is the enlightened ruler and husband of Isis, who was murdered by his brother Set. Through the love and magical practices of Isis, he was revived sufficiently to transmit to her the Sita horse. He had previously fathered Anubis with Isis' sister Nephthys. In Egyptian mystery teachings, all beings strive to awaken in Osiris. The purpose of scriptures such as the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which is actually the Book of Coming Forth by Day, is to guide souls through the transitions of death, as well as the transitions of the shamanic rites of passage through the death and the underworld. Although Osiris has long been associated with death and called the Lord of the Underworld, it is more appropriate to acknowledge him here as an archetypal regenerative principle that transmutes outworn, deteriorating form into its renewed, shining manifestation of beauty. People are messaging me and it's getting in my way. Feel the stirrings of regeneration within you when you commune with him. If you've chosen this card, you have been asked to enter deeply into the process of transmutation and regeneration, given the opportunity to experience death of the old consciously and to embrace the beauty that is possible. Death into beauty. So the tree of life is more surrender. Surrender into the cycles of death, renewal, regeneration. So this one is that's surrender, and the tree of life kind of brings the cycles. Interesting. Let's see. I need to go through I have the book, the Shamanic Mysteries of Egypt. I have the book that has all the meditations related to these cards. I think if I were to actually go through those, I would be able to read this better, and I probably should go do that. It's not quite, it doesn't quite fall under Kemetic Orthodox beliefs, but it's still interesting, and I want to be able to read with this deck. Here's Entering the Mystery, which is number 1 of the minor cards. So we have the dove, Nekhbet, Mother Mut, Nephthys, and Isis. The dove represents the petitioner who was questing through the Anubis oracle. So that's the person asking the questions. That could be us, that could be whoever's asking. The innocent, trusting dove flies to meet Nekhbet, Mother Mut, up there at the top. After offering the olive branch to the elder alchemist, the dove gains permission to enter into the shamanic mysteries of Egypt. Nephthys and Isis form the sacred archway through which the dove must pass to go deeper into the heart of Egypt and her mysteries. If you've drawn this card, consider how your current life situation reflects the actions of the Nigeru pictured here. Something new and perhaps surprising is happening in your life, requiring you to take a chance or plunge deeply into the unknown. You have all the support and guidance that you need. So this is almost like the Fool card, but we do have the Fool card in the dove. But I guess this is with their support. See, I'm lost. I'm really lost. I don't understand these, but how do these... I need to journal this deck, I think. So right timing and direction, which has Sothis, Khonsu, and Amun-Ra. And that other card, by the way, that alchemy card is also one of these. I was wrong, it's not like the fifth element, it's the part of these. So let's see. The shining star Sothis generously pours her gifts upon our planet. As Kansi, the moon god, travels the sky, reflecting for us the faces and phases of our divinity, and Amun-Ra, the radiance of the sun's all-seeing eye, transfigures ourselves and our creations into the alchemical gold of enlightened being. Ooh, okay. If you have chosen this card, focus upon the images of the star, the sun, and the moon. Notice how the combined energies of these Nibiru infuse your daily life experiences with their potent gifts and power. If their attributes brought to the fore of your consciousness, you will see clearly how, when, and where you, as Anubis, are moving forward appropriately in your personal world, and how your actions reflect on our planet. What? What? See? What? You will see clearly how, when, and where you are moving forward appropriately in your personal world, and how your actions reflect on our planet. What? So how do I read it? I need to go through the practice readings in here and see what people are saying, what the authors are saying about these. These cards are powerful if you can actually read them right. I've known a few people that are really good with this deck. Which one I wanted. Your sacred purpose. Ptah, Nut, Geb, and Anubis. Ptah speaks from his intelligent heart and reality is created. Anubis, the fully awakened shaman priest, enters the sacred garden through the portal created by the divine parents, the overarching sky goddess Nut, and the rich green and fertile earth god Geb. Thoth is also present as the rainbow serpent, who offers the fruit of wisdom and eternal life from the ancient tree. I'll have to check myths if he's ever been a snake. Okay. As you focus on the images on this card, perceive your current life situations with the open-hearted wisdom of the shaman priest Anubis, so that what is being birthed or created through your thoughts, words, activities, and everyday story have the greatest potential for completion and wholeness. What? Does this mean that, does this card mean completion and wholeness? Then this is, well, it is all kind of coming together. But, what? It's a sacred relationship. Don't get me wrong, I love this deck. But I'm not comprehending some of the stuff. At least not through Comedic eyes. And I said this is a little bit more new age. A little bit more understanding, and so it makes it a little bit more difficult. Gnome, Sobek, Horus, Sekhmet, and the Sphinx in the sacred relationship. Master craftsman Kunum fashions the new human on his potter's wheel. Horus and Sobek hold the tension of opposites and come into reconciliation and acceptance of each other's gifts. Sekhmet offers a fiery, fierce compassion to transform the polarized heart so that forgiveness and sacred purpose can emerge. The Sphinx as the earth altar conveys cosmic wisdom into the awakening heart. In your interaction with this composite, consider what you are constructing in your life, in your relationships, and other situations. Look at the puzzle of reconciliations that transform polarities and conflict, and how you can reflect the actions of these allies as you find deeper understanding, compassion, and forgiveness in yourself. What? Friends, I don't know. Alchemy. 5 sacred elements. If you have pulled this card, you have all the tools you need to create your reality. Interact with these ancient Neteru to see how they are assisting you to accomplish the goals and manifestations in accordance with your divine purpose. These most ancient Neteru have come together to help you become the master alchemist that you truly are. But I feel like all of the cards kind of mean that. I mean, all of the composites have that same kind of meaning. You have all the tools necessary. Well, this one not. This one is a sacred relationship. So when your creations come together, bring together the things that are conflicting, heal the things, and find strength. What? See, this one's kind of like all things too. But I think if I just connect with everyone on the cards separately in a sense, it's a little bit much. I really want to work with this deck because how'd you get back there? See, the strength card was hiding there. It wants me to have strength. I'm gonna close the queue because I'm done. Those readings. Okay. Let me see. Let me ask myself a question. What's in oopsies. What's in store for me next month? Wow, okay. So we've got Kunum, the Pyramid and Ptah, Master Craftsman, Earth, and the New Eon, Imagination, Visionary Prophet, Creative Reform, Organizing Principle. I see that next month is going to be very creative for me. Things are going to be stable in my creative endeavors. I'm going to be able to make and manifest things that I want and need in my life. Use my visions to bring forth a change, bring forth new imagination, visionary prophet. So Ptah's speaking into being creation while he's creating it here, and the pyramid in the middle, the grounded four sides, even earth. Interesting. So let me see what the pyramid has to say, because I don't think I've read. Let me get past and find the element cards. Here we go. This teaching from the pyramids that the foundations are essential for building. Strong foundations like the deep roots that hold up tall trees are a key requirement for constructing anything. Well, we're getting a deck created, so I know I'm going to be working on finishing that up in time for World Tarot Day. And it's next month. A solid foundation is the basis for appropriate configuration of buildings and blocks and consciousness as well. If you don't put time and energy into the foundation of whatever you're building in the beginning, it will collapse. That's a good lesson. That is an excellent lesson, and that's something I need right now, is that strong foundation. So yeah, this is a lot of creation energy. This is really good. The pyramid was created not in one day. This is going to take work. Yeah, that's a good rating for myself. I can kind of see how I can work with these. These aren't bad. So yeah, with that, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream. If you're watching the replay, thank you. I'm glad that you have stuck around to the end to see what I'm doing with those cards. So, making the picture for title card. So yeah, many blessings to you. I hope you stay well. Take care of yourself. Bye.